Hurricane Idalia is expected to slam into Florida this morning.
This is going to be something that will leave significant impacts, and particularly in this part of the state.
That's where we're starting the show. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. It's Wednesday, August 30th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Idalia is forecast to make landfall as an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane. The storm surge is expected to cause catastrophic damage. It could bring up to 16 feet of water on normally dry land. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis gave an update yesterday evening.
So it's definitely going to hit the Big Bend. Everywhere in the Big Bend is going to get storm surge, is going to see major impact, whether the eye wall's hitting you or not. So please prepare for that. It is going to be a significant impact to that region of Florida.
Tampa, Tallahassee, and Gainesville are a few of the cities in Idalia's path. Evacuation orders have been issued for 23 counties, impacting more than 5 million people. The National Hurricane Center warns residents to prepare for long-duration power outages. Some locations may be uninhabitable for several weeks or even months. You can follow live updates on our homepage as Idalia closes in. Number 2. The U.S. named 10 drugs that will face Medicare price negotiations. The Biden administration plans to negotiate the prices of these drugs with pharmaceutical companies. The aim is to lower costs for older and disabled Americans. The drugs on the list were announced yesterday. It includes blood thinners and medications that treat diabetes, heart failure, and cancer. An estimated 9 million seniors on Medicare used one or more of these 10 drugs in the past year. This was an unprecedented step in a long political war over the nation's sky-high drug costs, but the plan faces legal challenges from the pharmaceutical industry. Number 3. A UNC graduate student was charged with the murder of a professor. The fatal shooting shut down the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for 3 hours on Monday. It sent panicked students to barricade themselves on campus inside dorm rooms and bathrooms. Yesterday, a 34-year-old man was charged, and the victim was named Zhe Yen. He was an associate professor who had worked for the university since 2019. Police said the suspect knew the professor, but the motive remains unclear. Number 4. Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin was buried in a secret ceremony in Russia yesterday. The event in St. Petersburg was closed to outsiders. Hearses and funeral processions had laid false trails at local cemeteries and other locations. The secrecy of the burial underscored the Russian government's fears of potential unrest after Prigozhin's death in a plane crash last week. The mercenary group chief had led a short-lived mutiny against the Kremlin in June, and he remains popular among hard-line pro-war Russian nationalists. The burial was a fitting final chapter to Prigozhin's secretive life of disguises, clandestine security arrangements, and body doubles. Number 5. A new rule could strip protections for more than half of U.S. wetlands. The EPA issued the rule yesterday. It said it had no choice after a Supreme Court decision from May. That ruling weakened federal agencies' power to protect wetlands. Under the new rule, several types of waters will no longer be under federal protection. Up to 63% of wetlands by acreage in the U.S. could be affected. It's a blow to the Biden administration's ability to combat water pollution. Number 6. A live, wriggling worm was found in a woman's brain. That's according to a new study. A woman in Australia went to doctors with symptoms including forgetfulness and depression. After many months, they found the cause, a roundworm in her brain. It was a unique and kind of gross discovery. The parasite had never been reported in a human brain. The woman's symptoms improved after it was removed. It's not entirely clear how the worm got in her brain. She may have inadvertently consumed its eggs either from dirty produce or by contaminating her hands or kitchen equipment. You can see a picture of the worm on our site, but maybe finish your breakfast first. And at number 7, tonight's super blue moon won't happen again for 14 years. A super blue moon is when a second supermoon rises in a single month. The last time one appeared was in 2018, and the next one won't rise until 2037, so make the most of this opportunity tonight. The best time to view the supermoon in all its glory is at moonrise. Check the link in our show notes to see where that is where you live. And to make it even more special, Saturn may also be visible above the moon. That's the show for today. If you're looking for something to listen to later on, The Post has a lot of great options. Check out our new series about national parks, Field Trip, and the award-winning investigative series, Canary. And by the way, you can listen to Canary, this show, and other Washington Post podcasts ad-free on Amazon Music. That is, if you're a Prime member. But wherever you listen, make sure you're following our show so you never miss an episode. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I will meet you back here tomorrow.